Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to be here with you today. My last two videos have just been so refreshing, and the comments, the love and support that I've gotten from you all, it has just warmed my heart so much, and it just feels so good to be back here on YouTube, just sharing my good vibes and trying to put nice things into the world. So thank you for welcoming me back. And today I want to do something a little bit different because, you know, one of my favorite things to do, genuinely, is coming on here and hopefully making your day, you know, bringing something positive, something good to your day. But the thing is, there's a lot of people who I follow who bring so much joy and value to me and who make my day. And I really want to start using my platform to also share some of those people with all of you, because I really feel like YouTube and social media would just be so much of a nicer place to be if it were more normal and more common for people to just do super nice things for each other without a sponsorship or without an affiliate deal or any other reason than just simply doing something super nice, you know? And I really hope that by once in a while introducing you guys to some of my favorite human beings, people who I look up to, people who I love, who I support, and people who have brought so much joy to my life, and maybe people who have learned so many things from. I hope that maybe some of you will discover new people that will do the same for you. And I really hope that these videos will make their day, whoever I happen to talk about in these little good vibe diaries. And I hope just maybe I can help drive more support to these people, because they all deserve it so much. And I'm just so excited. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. And today I'm going to talk to you about a wonderful human being whose name is Kate Sutton. She is honestly one of my favorite people. I've been following her for a couple of years. I've learned so much from her, but I've also just been so inspired by her example of how she lives her life, the things that she puts into the world. And yeah, she has brought me so much joy. Her work is just stunning and incredible. But honestly, I feel like the work that she creates is just a reflection of who she is as a person and how she sees and experiences the world. So I think anyone who needs an extra supply of cozy, warm vibes, of beautiful illustration work, if you like seeing sheep and mountains, and if you happen to be going through grief or anxiety, then I promise you Kate Sutton is going to bring so much value to your life. So let's go back inside after a short little walk, and I'm going to tell you all about Kate. I'm so excited. It's autumn. I love autumn so much. And so when I see the leaves changing color and oh my God, look. Oh, what a beautiful time of year. I'm so happy that I'm back here on YouTube right now. And before we jump into the main part of the video, I do just want to say once again, thank you guys so much for being here and supporting me. It just means the world. Yeah, it's been so hard figuring out how to be here on social media these last few years. Train. Yeah, it's been so hard, and it's felt so tragic because I genuinely just love being here. And so making those last two videos, sharing my day with you, my cute little retro coffee maker, some good language learning tips, and a little behind the scenes of my art journey, it's just made me so happy. So thank you for being here, and I'm excited to have a beautiful autumn together here on YouTube. So I first learned about Kate because she has this really wonderful class on Domestika about creating your own daily life journal through sketching. And it is so beautiful to see the way that Kate captures her daily life journal. And I think her drawing style is also so inviting to new people because she draws in this really wonderful way that isn't super precise. It's almost got a bit of a childlike quality to it, and I mean that in the best possible way. And so I think her style and her approach to life and to teaching, it like really made me feel comfortable trying to follow along and have my own daily life journal through sketching. And so that was my first introduction to Kate. And then through that, I learned that she had actually made 2 books. One of them is called Drawing on Grief, and the other is Drawing on Anxiety. And I'll be honest, it's been a really difficult few years for me. And I've definitely had plenty of anxiety. And so this book in particular for me was so helpful. It's basically, a bunch of really helpful reflections from Kate's own life and her experience going through grief and anxiety. And it has so many just absolutely beautiful illustrations, drawings, and, little snippets from, I think, her own daily life journal. And it's just so beautiful to look at, but it also contains so many really well-designed, really cozy exercises for you to draw. And basically draw through these things, your own experiences, your thoughts, and it really is so therapeutic. And what I said earlier is especially true here. I'm going to show you a blank page example that I haven't done yet myself. So here's a page where she kind of drew a bunch of things that make her feel calm. And then she invites you to do the same. And again, if you look at her drawing style, it just really shows you that things don't need to be perfectly precise and realistic at all. They can still look, I would say, even more charming when it's not perfect and when it's just you expressing yourself in this kind of judgment-free area. This is for you. It doesn't have to be for anybody else. So that was kind of the next thing that I went through from Kate. And I really, really recommend both of these books. If you are going through grief, or if you have in the past, or certainly if you're going through anxiety, I loved both of these books. And I'm not going to have any affiliate links or anything in any of these videos. So, if these things speak to you, I just fully recommend you go and find them and give them a try because they're really, really great. And even if you're not someone who draws typically, I promise you, these are so therapeutic and so helpful. And you may find it's just a really fresh new approach to working through these things in your life. And then beyond that, I have been following Kate on Instagram for the last couple of years. And, one of my favorite things about following Kate is actually just her daily little Instagram stories. She's always out walking in the mountains. She's based in the Lake District here in the UK. She's also a mountain leader. And so she's often taking groups of people on these little, walks through the mountains. She's always encountering sheep and cows and, little animals here and there. She goes on these cold dips where she goes swimming in the lakes. I mean, her daily life just feels so wholesome and so nice. And, she shares when she has a Coke or a Mars bar. It's not like she portrays this perfect version of her life. It feels like she really does just share her authentic self. And I think that is so refreshing. And it's these little daily moments that really bring me joy. And to be honest, she really inspires me to try and do the same because I post very few stories on Instagram. I often just think, why would anybody care about my teeny tiny moments in my daily life? But seeing Kate and seeing how much joy she brings me through these simple daily activities, it really inspires me to want to do the same. But of course, I need to also tell you about her amazing illustration work. I mean, if you just go to her Instagram or her website, I'll put both links in the description of this video. Her work is just so wonderful, it's the simplest little things that they just warm my heart. This is one of my favorite pages, and of course I'll try not to show you the whole book. You should definitely buy the book, but I love this page. I don't know what it is, but you know, there's something about the way she draws the sheep and the little lamb, the bird, and I mean, even this person, you know, running in the snow, which of course, this is Kate. This is her little diary on her walk. Like I said, I just can't look at anything she does without getting this warm feeling in my heart. And that is certainly something that I hope for my own art in the future. And so, yeah, thank you, Kate, for just being such an inspiration. And just one little story. I was recently on a really wonderful trip to the Peak District here in the UK. And I have been wanting to go for so many years. And even the Lake District is also a place I've been dreaming of going for so long. And I guess that's another reason why I love looking at Kate's work and her daily life. But I was in the Peak District, which is a, you know, beautiful part of the UK. And I was in a cafe having a morning coffee. And they had a bunch of magazines, and I picked out one of the magazines. I was looking through it, and I came across this illustration that immediately just warmed my heart. I was like, oh, how lovely. And it was that same feeling that I get when I look at Kate's work. And then, of course, I looked into it, and it was actually Kate's piece. She illustrated that article. And I just thought that was such a nice little story, and I sent it to her on Instagram, just like, hey, I couldn't believe when I saw this. And I knew it was yours right away, before I even identified it as yours, if that makes sense. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I don't want this to be too long. I'll try to keep these short and sweet in the future, but I couldn't think of a better person to start this series with than Kate Sutton. Like I said, I think if you choose to follow and support her, it will only bring joy to your day. And if you do have interest in, you know, starting to draw, starting a daily life journal through drawing, and if you're going through anxiety or grief, I really can't recommend her stuff enough. It is just wonderful. So that's all I have. Thank you so much, Kate. If you happen to see this, you are such a wonderful person. My life is better for finding you. And so, yeah, please just keep doing what you're doing. And for everybody else, I love you all. I hope you have a great day, and I'll be back soon for another language learning video. Oh, before I let you go, make sure if you're having a tough day to be brave. Oh, and in case you're feeling so inclined, have a cook.